to my channel. Today I'm doing a twice as nice item. So for the month of June and July, both myself and Desiree from Goeters and Hart will each be doing a weekly item that is drawn, and there'll be some items that you can use. So week 1 is a journaling card, and we're allowed. So for week 1, we are allowed texture paste, acetate, lace, stitching, and alpha letters, stickers or bubble letters or something like that. So you can see I've got everything out here, but I'm a bit in two minds. I've got a feeling that I want to go a bit more grungy. I've got some, this is off-cut or off, my husband's not using them, circuit boards that he had printed on acetate. And I think that could look quite cool with some texture paste and maybe some corrugated. So some of the free items that you're allowed using every week, scissors, glues, any type of ink and anything that's free. So for example, the cardboard would be free because it's packaging. So maybe I'll make both. Let's have a go. The thing with journaling cards are you need to be able to either journal on both sides or at least one side. So you need to be careful with putting bulk on the side that you're not writing on, because that hinders writing. Journaling cards are a nice thing to tuck into a pocket or a envelope or a tuck spot. If your page is busy and you can't write on your page, the journaling card, as the name suggests, gives you that opportunity. Very often they're postcard sized, but obviously you can make them any size you want. I'm going to go with this for now, see how we go, and use that as my guide. So that's craft, cut to size. It's 15 by 10, so postcard size. I'm doing 2, in case I mess something up. And then this needs to sit like that somehow. I'm cutting off the white. So these I think are printed on a laser jet, and then my husband etches them. But for me, for now, they're a bit steampunky. And then I just want to see, I'm going to prise some of this corrugated because it's too thick. It's a bit too bulky. It needs to give just the look. So it's literally just prising off the layers. So that already is quite nice. And then you can actually, if you're careful, get the corrugated bit out from between the two cardboard pieces, and that is then, there's actually nothing much, and if you press on it, it gives, so you should be able to write on that. I'll give it a writing test in any case when I'm done. So I'm layering some stuff up here. I just need to think how to incorporate laces. At the moment I'm just doing the same on both and seeing how it goes. So just making sure I've got all the extras off. Color-wise, there's not a lot going on at the moment. I don't often work with alcohol inks, but I think they may just work if I paint in the channels. There's a green, maybe the yellow. I don't know. Tell me, will it work? Won't it work? Scream through your... Very subtle. think we need to go for something brighter. Alcohol inks obviously dry very quickly, that's why you can work on them on glossy surfaces. Just colouring all the little circles so that there's a bit and layering over the yellow that made it quite light. So that's the one side. I've flipped it over. That's done versus not done. That's quite good actually. I like it more intense. I wonder if you just keep on layering. Probably. So you could just do alcohol inks on plain acetate like I'm doing here where I'm mixing, because that will then give you an almost stained glass effect. This is a big piece of lace that obviously came off like a wedding dress, a skirt or something like that. I think it needs to be quite in your face, and I like the imbalance almost of this very feminine lace, but the colour's wrong, so I'm going to dye that distress spray. I'm working on my Teflon mat. I've got a worn lipstick, but I want some of the shimmer, so it's a Kaiser Craft. There's no real science in this. It's a shake and spritz. This is super synthetic lace, so I'm not sure how it'll take, but I'm wetting it in any case to add a bit nice and messy. So let's start. This worn lipstick is actually quite red, which I always forget, and then I start adding, what have I got? Tattered rose, distress oxide, blah blah. Mix it, don't mix it, don't look too closely, Tim Holtz. That's too light now. Needs to be pink pink. I don't have pink pink. Fake it till you make it. I want to see. That's like a coral, and it needs to be far pinker. What have I got that I can add? A purple. Oh, there we go. Right at the back. Candy. Candy's leaking though, so candy's going to make me. There we go. That is the correct color. Pink. Okay. When you do something like this, always have something handy that you can then mop up your color with, because I hate wasting. So I'm gonna, let's see, mop up some with the corrugated cardboard. Yes, because it only picks up the ridges. Nice, I like it a lot. Okay, and also like I always just have things handy on my desk so that we don't waste. It doesn't need to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. I do a lot of mixed media and random journaling, so these sort of things go well in backgrounds, or I do jelly print over them. This is a bit we pried off. See how nicely the texture is coming through now that it's getting a color. Okay, and then I actually like that for the other card. Okay, then we need some gold. With the metallics, you need to shake it really well to make sure that all the bits and pieces, whoops, and the metallic obviously doesn't give a color as much as a shimmer when you look at it closely. This is now very wet, so I'm going to blast it with a heat gun, and then also start seeing glue gun and things. I also mop up with fabric. You should be able to see the shimmer on that. So it's a color, but the color fades and the metallic stays. And then that's the beauty of these Teflon mats, is they just wipe up. This is now the one that I mopped up. Yes, I like that the pink is repeating, or the one that I didn't mean to make. Actually, I prefer this. I'm going to tear it, cut it, and where must it be? About here. Yeah, I like that. I think tearing. This is still wet, so it tears quite easily, and then there's not too much bulk because the lace is now going to add bulk when writing. But I've got a cunning plan for that. That's fine. I'm going to do that with a bit of an overhang, actually. Yep. And that stays. Okay, now, while I'm waiting for everything to dry, this is clean, I'm going to do texture paste lines at the back as journaling lines. So I've got some scrap stencils that I cut for my friend on acetate so I'm using acetate. I know it's sort of cheating, and those lines are quite good for writing on. I just want to see if the lace is sort of here. The writing must be on the left. Okay, so I'm going to position that and maybe do every second line. Okay, so I need some washi to keep the stencil in place. This isn't the best for texture paste, but it's what I have handy. Yeah, see how that goes, and it can be a bit grungy, I think. I'm wondering if I must colour my texture paste. You can colour texture paste with anything, with ink, with acrylics, with before process is a bit slow today. I've got some alcohol inks left here. Let's see, is that going to lift it all? Yeah, not bad. There we go. So now my texture paste is a very light pink. See how it goes. Texture paste is always, you put it on, but just now it fails, and then you've sort of committed, right? Okay, that is step one, and then very carefully, there we go. I just need to think. I don't want that to smudge. Actually, let's do it. I'm snipping this one. Don't gasp. Then I know it gets done. That one goes like that. And again. I didn't make enough. Maybe I made enough texture paste. Yup. Okay. And the last bit. Okay. Then that's fine. It's a bit grungy, but you should be able to journal in there, because you've got about a centimeter, almost a centimeter between the openings. Only time will tell. I'm just looking at this. I'm going to clear up the texture paste. You can also write on texture paste, by the way, with a pencil or anything like that. This is sort of bothering me, but that's where the lace is, so you won't necessarily want to write on that. Okay, I'll get to that. Maybe I'll just add something like this. Yes, okay. I'm just going to see what I can do on this side to finish it off. I still need to add the letters, the alphas. See what I have. I've had these for very, very long, and they do well with the front. Don't know that I've got enough to spell anything. I can do no. No is a good one. They've got 0 stick left. It's old. Okay, fine. Use them. And then I'm going to start. And I haven't done stitching either. Stitching is, I'm so bad with stitching. I think I'm just going to do faux stitching. Okay, so that gets snipped off right there. That can get glued. Right. Start with that. I'm just using gel medium. This was the offcut, but I think that actually can look quite nice here in the corner while my texture paste dries. I have a problem with patience. It's not a virtue for me. So things that need to dry is a big issue. Just trying to see that and make sure that everything sticks. I think I'll eventually distress the card maybe with some black. I do like black and pink. It's a very favorite combination of mine, especially shocking pink and black. Let's see how this goes. And this can just get a little clip to keep it in place. Don't worry when you use wet products and you get a bit of a lift. You can just flatten it again. I'm going over the edge completely with that. I've got something else. It's a flat lace. That would actually be a nice detail, that there's lace on both sides, the one much more overbearing than the other one. I generally don't recommend having going back over texture paste, but this one was just irritating me enough. I'll break my own rules, so I gave it a very light blade, but not to hurt the paper too much. This is actually dry enough that we can start gluing on the other side. Now is just to figure out how to get the various parts on, especially acetate. It's difficult to glue because you can always see the glue. We've got, I just want to make sure, the side that I painted the alcohol ink is much messier and you can see it, but where it shines through, so just make sure that if you do a technique like this, that you glue it the right way around. I don't know which way is better. This way. Oh. Actually, maybe like this. Brads would have been nice in the little holes, but not allowed. Yeah, I think that needs to be underneath. Oh, but I did do something with the lace, because if I do the lace, so then that needs to go like that. If I do it like this, then the lace covers half, whereas if I do it like this, the lace covers where the little line is, and I quite like that, so it needs to be like this. Okay, fine. So this is going on again with gel medium. I'm just lining up the edges. I know I said I'm going to actually with the heat gun, it's lifted a bit, but you just glue. Any glue will work. I just like the freedom that the gel medium gives you, because you can tuck in your brush right at the end and to the edge. And it also dries incredibly quickly. Okay, that looks all right. bit more. And then right at the edge where there's a bit of a lift, that's where the lace is coming in any case. So that will sort out with the hot glue. Okay, I'm starting to like the look of this. Now let's start. That's fine. I think for this the jewel bond will probably be the best. I struggle with my jewel bond. My jewel bond always clogs, so I can never just use the nozzle. And doing the little corners, little dots, and hopefully it dries clear enough, and a thin strip on the edge. Double-sided tape works okay, but you do see that little strip of tape. Okay, now just positioning it, and then little cloth. Not too bad. Okay, that should work. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Okay, so that was the Dollar Jewel Bond glue. Now, the lace. I do want the curve. Yeah, I want the curve over that. So it's just, I'm going to glue it and then I'll cut it after the fact. And it goes like that. Yes. Okay, and that I'm going to do hot glue. The Teflon mats are temperature resistant, so I'm going wherever the lace is solid, if I can say that, so that it doesn't ooze through. I'm putting it all along because I don't exactly know where I'm ending. That looks good. Yep. And then just any excess just rubs off. Okay, that's on, and then that needs to be cut. So where I'm writing, so can we say, let's do that, the lace is where the ruler is. So where I'm writing, there's no lace. But now, I think I should repeat the lace, but it's with this one. I like repeating things. That'll do. And then here, don't know, I've got another piece. Or, no, that's becoming a bit monotonous, eh? I'm a bit stumped. I've done the little fragment of lace at the back so that it sticks out on the front. Generally that then tells you, or it gives you an indication, the end user, to flip over. Because sometimes people don't know what to do with junk journals. Okay, now the alphas. I think I'm going to do just no. That's too brown. As a rule, I actually strongly dislike alpha letters. I don't know why. I never use them. They're always left over. I think these are fine. With the cursive. See that? That. Yeah, the little dots. And then no. Yeah, I don't like the cursive K. Okay, there's no harm here because things don't stick in any case. I only have cursive Ks. Okay, then I don't like the cursive N right next to the cursive K. I'm now full of product. Sticking to everything. And then the just can be on top. But now, yup, that is better. Because then everything keeps. But this is where I write. Do you remember? So that is bad because then you've got little bumps. These are like little jelly bumpy things. Okay, fine. So that is a no. Okay, let's just glue them. Not quite straight. Okay. Those stripes sticking out still bother me. I wonder if I must distress them. These may now be so tiny. I actually need the knife. Maybe they look stupid. Maybe they're so tiny. I suppose no is also okay. You don't need the just. These aren't coming off. In the middle, and that's flat, so that won't. But such a painful letter to write. Okay, going for it. There you go. Know yourself. Now that I don't like. And then the back also looks a bit unfinished. I wonder whether I ink it. Probably. This is the same as the spray. See if that, yeah, that helps. Also just going over the little white letters very lightly. When you use gel medium as glue, it dries clear, but if you distress over it and there's you made a bit of a bloops, the ink doesn't take there. But I mean, it doesn't bother me. So that's like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Then back. Now, I'm a bit unsure about this. That's fine. I'm just going to give it a light sand. Just taking off a little bit of the transparency the acetate printed. Just not a lot. Just, this lace is still wet. Hands are getting pinker and pinker. This is a minuscule effect, but taking some of the black back on the edge, I quite like. Okay, that's good. Yep. Front, I don't mind. Something there, I just don't know what. It's like, I wonder if I don't just add, yes, 3 layers of lace. That will work. Okay, there we go. Acetate, lace, alpha stickers, texture paste, no stitching. It bothers me a little bit that that's not dyed, but I don't think I've got anything handy. Now I used all of it, right? I mopped all of it up. Maybe I must just ink it a bit. That's okay, and I'll retrospectively just add some of the glitter spray, which by the way I'm just allowing myself as an ink. The only thing I can now still do is I can still do hand stitching, like drawn stitching with gold, which may actually add a nice highlight. I've got a gold pencil, so I'm just doing, and it's not as in your face as what a marker would have been. So on the corrugated you hardly see it, but it's definitely there as a small highlight. Shall we do it here too? There we go. It's almost like an eyeliner highlight. Here we go. So there's some faux stitching, barely visible. That's week 1 of Twice as Nice journaling card. Thanks for watching. Follow along on the Twice as Nice. There's a prize at the end of the 6-8 weeks for June and July. You need to be following along on the Secretaire page and the Goeters uit my Hart page, so please comment. And then every Friday or Saturday, once my card's up and Desiree's card's up or item is up, please vote. And then you can win the set of items made at the end of the period. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.